How about we spend a day in the parks at Walt Disney Studios? Hello everybody and welcome to A Day in the Parks, the series where I pick out one of the many Minecraft recreations of the Disney parks around the world and just, spend a day in the parks while talking about Disney, sometimes talking about its history, and just exploring what these creative people have built in the game of Minecraft to sort of celebrate our fandom of Disney. Today we're on the Hyperion Parks server. We've been there a few weeks back, and when I was on, there were signs teasing the opening of Walt Disney Studios, the Disneyland Paris equivalent of like Hollywood Studios, and it's open, so I figured I'd check it out. I have literally never been here. I've never been here in Minecraft. I've never been there in real life. I know very little about it. In fact, there's not going to be much in the terms of history or facts today because I honestly don't know much about this park. I know that they've got an Earful Tower, which I really, really like. And this I was taking a peek at when I was like just making sure the server was up and running. But I really, really like this. And it's like once you walk through the gates, and I don't know if this is how it is in the real park. I guess I'm just going to assume that this is pretty accurate because it does look beautiful. But you walk into this like indoor Main Street area that's like a Hollywood soundstage, which is so awesome. I love this. You've got a brown derby here, so it's like Hollywood Studios. It's got its Hollywood Studios connection. What do we have over here? Any signage? It looks like shops. I mean, that's what Main Street typically is, right? It's a lot of shops. I'm surprised the Hollywood brown derby is like right there. Oh, it looks like we got some sort of fast food section here. This is cool, and I wonder if this was built this way. I mean, obviously you've got the film set theming, so it fits. But I'm wondering if part of it was because the weather there is not as year-round perfect the way it is in California and Florida. So you do have your colder months. So I'm wondering if that sort of led them to trying to do more things indoors. We've got the map here. I can't really read it, but then you exit, and there's like, there's the Tower of Terror. To all who of oh my gosh, I read that completely wrong. To all who enter this of dreams, welcome. Is that how it was? Is that the quote? Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got the Tower of Terror. It's open. The Art of Animation. We've got the Ratatouille, The Adventure under maintenance. Parachute Drop. Didn't know that happened. Armageddon, Les Effects. Like Armageddon, the movie? We're probably going to have to try that out. Mickey and the Magician, dates to be announced. Flying carpets over Agrabah. I'm imagining it's like a Dumbo thing, so maintenance. Crush's Coaster, didn't know that exists. Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin, didn't know that exists. Stitches Live, and then they're working on Rock and Roller Coaster, Cars Race Rally. I wonder if that's similar to like Radiator Springs Racers. Studio Tram Tour, Closed, RC Racer, and Lights Motors Actions. Okay, so it's got a pretty heavy mix of, Hollywood Studios rides. Makes sense. And then you've got some original stuff here, like the Cars Race Rally and Crush's Coaster and stuff. Let's check out the Tower of Terror. I think it's a classic. We'll pop on maybe Art of Disney Animation, maybe see what this Armageddon thing's all about. And there's definitely the Crush and Slinky Dog, because I want to see some new stuff. I'm going to go to Tower of Terror first because I can see it, and so I imagine I'll have an easy time getting there. I mean, as far as history goes, I don't know a whole lot about these parks. I know Disneyland Paris actually started as Euro Disney. It was supposed to be sort of the European Disneyland, Disney World. And it had a pretty rough beginning, financially at least. It went over budget. It was sort of seen as a problem for Michael Eisner. Oh, yeah, we'll go in here. Yeah, sure. They do have the audio server, but we're not running it at the moment because I edit these videos, so, it kind of gets problematic. Okay, so looking at this queue area, it seems like this version is more based on the Disneyland version of the Tower of Terror than the Disney World, because it's got this sort of 2-level queue. Yes, oops. Calling an elevator. Of course, everybody upset because the Disneyland version is being changed into Guardians of the Galaxy, addressing the elephant in the room, although I made a video addressing the elephant in the room. And to be honest, I'm all for it. I get the nostalgia of this ride. This ride is a lot of fun, depending on where you're from. This ride's anywhere from 12 years old to 22 years old. It's an old ride, and it's a fan favorite. But, you know, I'm all for new things, and I'm honestly really excited at the prospect of a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, even a reskin like this. Ooh. Now, interesting. This version of the attraction seems pretty smooth. It's always interesting seeing how these different servers build the elevator. Like, oh, look at the smooth nature of the way that rises and lowers. So, like, in some places, like I know in MC Magic, it's just like a mine cart that you're in. But here, it is the elevator. Oh no, it's spooky. It's like a chipmunk family. Ah! I wonder, is it going to move forward? We'll see. One of the benefits of these smaller servers is like really smooth. A lot of the plugins work really smoothly because they're not like dealing with a lot of extra lag or anything like that. Oh, here we go. Up we go. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, okay, this is the falling. So I guess well, there we go. I was about to say the falls are a little slow, but it definitely picked up. And there they are. So you don't go forward through. I guess I'm trying to remember now if you go forward through the little Twilight Zone area in the Hollywood version. It's been a year since I've ridden it. It's been a while. I always love the view you get from up here. This has always been on my list of parks I would love to visit, especially because over in Disneyland Paris, they have, I think it's Discoveryland, which is their equivalent of Tomorrowland, which I'm really a fan of, like as a concept, because it's so different from the Tomorrowlands you see here in the United States because of the different histories of science fiction between Europe and the US. And so I sort of wanted to see what a Tomorrowland would look like with that sort of Jules Verne sci-fi vibe to it. Whoa, the whole elevator disappears. That's a weird way to do it. And they're working on their PhotoPass Plus, and also a really, really cool integration into this server. Anyway, it's a place I've always wanted to visit because of that, because obviously I've wanted to visit Europe just in general, but it sort of got bumped down the list a little bit with Shanghai Disney because just looking at the new technology on some of those attractions is really interesting to me, so there's that. Let's explore a bit. You know, I could be warping around, but I like to walk around. I like to get a lay of the land. It's funny when is this the, what do we got here? 5-minute wait for something, but it looks like it's closed. I don't want to try and jump over. Yeah, they don't want me doing that, so we won't do that. I don't know what it is though. It's a ride though, for sure. I keep getting distracted. I like walking around the parks because it sort of gives me an idea of where everything is. I visited the Disneyland servers a lot sooner than I've actually visited the real Disneyland. And by the time I got to the real Disneyland, I actually had a good idea of where everything was because I had visited those servers and walked around and got a feel for the place. Oh, it's a toy soldier's parachute drop. That's cool. That makes a lot of sense now. Before I saw it on the board, I was like, a parachute drop? I mean, it's a good amusement park ride, but I don't understand what it's doing. I don't understand what it's doing at a Disney park, but this makes sense. Wow. I summon all of this with just the click of a button. How do I get in? Oh, I'm in. And we're going to go up. Oh my gosh. The famous parachute drop I know of is the one in Coney Island, which doesn't actually work anymore. It hasn't worked for a long time, but it's been around for a long time, that's for sure. Whee! This looks relaxing. Okay, let's get a lay of the land. Hold on. Let's try and figure... Oh, it's too late. It just dawned on me that I should like take a look around to see where we should go next, but that's cool. I mean, I'm not as thrilled when it comes to rides like this because I feel like these tend to lean more in the direction... How do I get out? Where's the exit? Oh, there's the exit. I tend to lean more in the direction of themed rides. and this is themed, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, Army Men, Toy Story makes sense. It's totally logical. But I feel like, you know, for me, it's like having a themed queue, having a story to it, having, you know, a post-show area. That sort of stuff all comes together and becomes what I think is a Disney ride. Whereas here, it's sort of like normal queue. The ride's right there out in the open, and then you're out. Like, it is themed, but it is a themed, I don't know, it's a themed amusement park ride as opposed to a theme park ride. I do think there's a difference between the two. And I don't know if Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney Studios has the same issues of space that like Disneyland does, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's sort of the reasoning behind it. You know, putting a post-show area and a pre-show area into every attraction, it takes up a lot of space. And it just goes to show you like how much Walt was thinking ahead of his time. Oh, wait, there we go. Oh my gosh, is this like an Omni-Mover little roller coaster? Okay, so this is like a kiddie ride, I'm assuming. Oh, this is it? Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is it. Like, it's good to have rides for little kids like this. Don't get me wrong, but like, and I'm not speaking to the quality of the build in Minecraft, obviously. This place is amazingly detailed and probably really faithful to the original. But, you know, speaking to the original, this does not scream to me Disney ride. This screams to me amusement park ride. Not even like Six Flags ride. This screams to me like the amusement parks that like roll into town and, you know, like the carnival rides. And I don't know, maybe it's a space thing. This is such a small footprint in comparison to something, you know, like a dark ride at Disney World. So maybe that's why it's like that. Just makes me appreciate the blessing of size that Walt Disney World has, having grown up as that being my like home park, is that you have all these great attractions that could sort of stretch out their legs. All right, what do we got here? RC Racer, start 10 minutes, coming soon, not done yet. What else can we check out? I wanted to check out this Armageddon thing, and I have the feeling this Toy Story Land does not have it. But now we're in a new part of the park. Ratatouille, the adventure. That one's under maintenance, I believe. Fast pass distribution. Can I go in? Yeah, doesn't look like I can. Oh wait, is this where it is? Yeah, temporary closed maintenance. Okay. Okay, so this is the Ratatouille corner. In Disney, maybe I should do a walkthrough of these parks and just make up all of the knowledge I have on the park. This is what's called as Ratatouille Corner in Walt Disney Studios. Ratatouille was produced in 1929, and then its remake was made by Pixar. Ratatouille, very famous movie, and that's why it's got its own corner of the park here. I love with all of these servers, to focus on the Minecraft aspect for a little bit, how varied in texture. Like, look at the floor. I feel like a lesser server, or maybe a server starting out, would just use one texture for the floor, but they varied up with like these different types of stone. And, you know, maybe that's how it is in Paris, maybe it's not, but what it does from a Minecraft perspective is I think it really creates this sort of, I don't know, it breaks up the texture, and so it feels more dynamic and makes it feel more detailed. And it's something simple with the floor. I just think that's a great detail when it comes to building. That's the exit, I'm imagining. I thought the sign said... I thought the sign said single rider. Oh, single rider's here, maybe? It's closed? Oh, closed for maintenance. Duh. I also wonder, and maybe I should watch some videos of the actual park, because I can't really get the architectural feel. I see it a little bit here, but I wonder how much of it is the sort of 1940s Hollywood era. Because again, going back to Disneyland Parks, they have Discovery Island or Discoveryland because they didn't have that sort of 1950s, you know, Jetson style of sci-fi. They had Jules Verne. They had this sort of steampunkish, old school sci-fi, and so it made sense for them to put that there. Likewise, Paris didn't have, you know, 1940s Hollywood. 1940s Hollywood is very local to America. That is a Hollywood thing, which isn't to say there wasn't film in the 40s in Paris, but it was a different style. It didn't have that same, you know, architecture and aesthetic. And so I have to wonder if, like, this is themed a little bit differently. Like, just looking at this Cine Magique. I apologize to all of you French viewers out there. My accent's awful. But like, you know, when I think of French film, I think of, you know, A Trip to the Moon. I think of, you know, the origin of film with the Lumiere brothers. So I don't know. I wonder if it would have an older school, like not 1940s, but maybe going back to the 20s or the 10s, you know, back when film was really coming around for the first time. Here we go, Armageddon. I'm surprised that they would feature Armageddon in a Paris theme park, considering in Armageddon, spoiler alert, part of the asteroid destroys Paris. Like, are they just cool with that? Like, hey Paris, are you guys cool with that? I have a feeling I won't be able to get in because I'm imagining it's like a show of some sort. Hello, are you guys open in there? Hello? Looks neat in there. Okay. Kind of looks cool. I wonder if it's sort of like the old first half of the Backlot Tour at Hollywood Studios, back when it was MGM Studios. You know, I think a lot of the younger viewers remember the Backlot Tour as, you know, you get on, you do the little boat special effect thing, and then you get on the trams and you're going around the trams. But the original Backlot Tour was like a lot longer and had a lot more elements to it, involving an actual walkthrough tour through a little studio area where you would go through different areas and you'd see special effects stuff, you'd see a blue screen set, you've got the water bit, and they ended up really cutting it down in size. And I think that's the space that eventually became Toy Story Midway Mania. And so I wonder if that is like separated off from the Backlot Tour and its own thing for like the Armageddon stuff. Just sort of like this little look at special effects. Although, man, way to seem aged. Armageddon, I mean, not the oldest movie, but like already like quite an old one to show, especially Disney owning the properties it does. Like, come on guys, replace that with Star Wars. That's a no-brainer. Maybe they will. I don't know. All right. I don't want to ramble on too long. I wish I had more history to share with you, but hey, you know, even for me, like, it's really exciting to go into something not knowing anything because, you know, you only get that magic of exploring something for the first time once. I got into this little area here and I immediately turned off Minecraft and was like, no, I need to record going in for the first time because this, I can already tell, is going to be like, this is totally different from anything we've seen in Disney. It's so cool and I love it. And it's a great recreation, and it's here on Hyperion Parks. Now, if you want to explore Hyperion Parks for yourself, all you need is a PC or Mac version of Minecraft. It is not on the iPad, tablet, iPhone, you know, smartphone version, unfortunately. I have a link in the description below to their website that has all their connection info, so you can hop on and check it out. It's open. Disneyland Paris itself is open, so you can check that out. And they are also working on Shanghai Disney, which just recently opened, and I believe at the moment it's open to donors. So I might have to go donate and support the server so I can check that out and get a lay of the land. I want to thank you all for watching. This has been a day in the parks. We'll probably return to a more structured video after this, maybe like an interview with some cast members on a server or a sneak peek of something coming out soon. But thank you all for watching. If you want more Disney videos in that inbox, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. I do 3 a week. I do everything from this Minecraft Disney to the history of the parks to Q&As to some fun Disney videos with Christine and vlogs. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at RobPlays. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Whatever you're doing, make the most of it because it really does make it that much better. And I hope to see you all next time for the next Day in the Parks. Bye, everybody. All right, let's hop on. We're going to hop on the back here. I love this room. I love this room in real life, too, because it is partially like outdoor for indoor, which anybody who watches my videos knows I love.